So my current favorite primer is primer and sunscreen mixed into one. It's a mattifying primer. It's called UV Shield Sunscreen. It's by the brand and it's free. And it is very white. It is SPF 37 and it comes on this very nice mineral thick primer. A lot of people don't like this primer in the reviews because it said it leaves a white cast. But when you really blend this out, it blends out into nothing and it leaves like this matte, soft finish on your skin. And I love this stuff because I feel like it's actually protecting my skin from the sun, and I live in Florida. I'm a nurse and I work in the OR, and there's so many bright lights, and you really need sunscreen to protect you from just like UV damage from the sun and damage from your phone, damage from lights in general. So I really like this because it's a really good two-in-one product. It's primer and sunscreen, and I think it smells really good. It blends out super easy, blends out into this nice soft finish. And I feel like the foundation covers up the white cast. So I don't agree with the reviews. I bought this myself from Sephora. It's like $18. And I feel like it truly protects myself from the sun. Like in Florida, the sun here is no joke. And I need something that's actually going to protect my skin and prime my skin. So I really, really, really love this primer. My two favorite foundations are the Catrice True Skin and Catrice 24-Hour HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. This one is my current favorite go-to. So I'm going to apply a pump of this, like a pump and a half. It's a tad bit too tan for me, so I'm going to go with the L'Oreal Infallible Ivory, just a small pump of that, and mix it in. I love this foundation. It really does just look like true skin. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. It feels so high-end. It's a European company. They are sold on Amazon and their website. I have a whole Amazon store. I'll have linked below, but I buy it all the time on Amazon and it comes in like 2 days and I am just in love. I love their foundation. By far the best drugstore foundation you will ever try. Again, this is not sponsored. I just truly love their products. And I am blending this out on an L'Oreal A24 foundation brush. I finally washed my brushes and I love L'Oreal's brushes by Morphe. Truly some of the best brushes on the market. They, after being washed, they are so soft. I feel like they're just did when I first got them. I love how soft this feels on my face. It's just like a really good soft foundation brush. Blends out your foundation so nice. Highly, highly recommend these brushes. They are on the expensive side and they used to be sold at Ulta, but now I think you can only find them on the Morphe website. But they do have the eye brushes at Ulta, and I always wait for coupons because you can actually use coupons and stuff on Morphe's products. So I wait until I had a coupon. I waited until I had a coupon and I bought both my brushes with coupons, but I love how I have oily skin and this definitely gives me a glow, but it's a really weird, like super wearable foundation for oily skin. Because it really does just blend into your skin and just feel like true second skin. So I just kind of pat in to make sure I don't have any brush marks because I really, really don't like the way brush marks look. I'm gonna blend it down my neck just a bit. And I'm gonna put some of the Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury in the back of my hand. And I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of a glow. I'm gonna take a little sponge here, pat into that. And I'm going to apply this to my cheekbones. This is really what I like to use the Flawless Filter for. I'm not really a fan of the Flawless Filter all over my face or use like a foundation. I just don't understand that. Like, I've used it for that, but it hasn't been my favorite method, if you know what I mean. So I just like to give myself an extra glow where I want the glow, because I do have oily skin, so I don't want to like overdo it. I'm going to conceal with some of my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm just going to apply this over any of my blemishes. I have a few over here. The Catrice foundation does a really good job of covering up imperfections. Again, I'm going to take my sponge and just pat the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in. Apply some e.l.f. Camo Hydrate Concealer. This stuff is really good. Very similar to Tarte Shape Tape. This is in the shade Fair Warm. So I'm just going to put a dot here, in here, and here, just to brighten. And then I always go over my eyelids with a little bit of the concealer, just so I can hide any eye veins or any imperfections. I'm going to take my One Size translucent powder. This is my Ride or Die current favorite translucent powder. It's just so soft and so fine and powdery. And you know this is a really good under eye setting powder because when you do this, it's just a nice way. That didn't do justice. It's just a nice, fine, do you see that? Powdery blow up. That is how you know it's a good under eye setting powder, because as I get this absolutely everywhere. It just is so fine that it's not gonna cause a lot of pigment to sit in between those creases. This is what you want, a super fine milled under eye powder that is just going to set and help cover up the darkness underneath your eyes, not causing more attention to your wrinkles, even though everybody has wrinkles underneath their under eyes. And I always set my top lid as well. Using that same powder and a big powder brush, this is the A21, I'm gonna set my whole face. And so, just like that, you have a perfect foundation base. So now I'm going to start some contour, some blush, some highlight, some glow. I'm going to go in with a Sigma F35. I'm going to go with the Too Faced Turn Up the Lights and the medium soft focus glow powder. And I'm just going to put this right here on my cheeks. Just add a little glow on my chin and up here my forehead. This is a really good dupe for the ambient lighting powder. This just gives you this really natural look of a natural glow. The perimeter at my face, I'm going to go in with the LYS bronzing powder in the shade medium called Harmony. I'm just going to blend this into my forehead. I like to blend out here on the sides by my temples and blend up. This is the REL A32 brush. I love his brushes. Like I said, I've washed them and they are just so flawless and perfect and blend out amazingly. And then I'm going to blend it here to give myself a little contour, a little bronze action. I like to start up here right above the hollow of my cheek and blend it around to give myself a nice lifted look. And just like that, I'm gonna go to the other side. Same thing. I love this bronzer. It's super buttery and creamy. Another one I really like is the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. That one is also really good. And then I'm just gonna bronze a little down my neck just because, you know, I don't want my neck to not match anything. These earrings are from Arsis. I'll have a code below. If you use code Lexi, you get 20% off their jewelry. And I love these earrings. They're super elegant. Their jewelry is very nice, very elegant, and really my style. I love them. For blush, I'm going to go with this matte Flirted Up blush by Sephora. This is what Ariel actually uses on Kylie, and I'm using the Ariel A22 brush. I'm just going to tap in here, tap off, and just place this right up here. Give myself a little lifted blush effect. And then making sure the color is nice and dispersed. This brush is really good at making sure your blush is really blended out. And then I'm going to go in with Charlotte Tilbury Love Glow. I love this brush and I love it so much. It's all broken up and almost all used up. And I'm just going to tap into this and then go in on my apples with it. It's super glowy and I just love this blush, especially mixed with other blushes. It just has the perfect glow touch to all your blush. For highlight, I want something soft, so I'm going to go with the Laura Mercier highlighter, and highlighter is 01. This is really nice, soft highlight, and I'm just going to apply it up here on my cheekbones, bringing it up into my brow, here as well, up into my brow, and then on my chin, and up here on my brow bone. And then down my nose. And I'm actually going to do some nose contour. I'm going to take the LYS bronzer. And I'm going to just touch here down my nose with it. And I'm going to blend this down, blend it in. Just going to give myself a really nice soft nose contour. Even though this is not that soft. Take my brush and just blend it out. Take my highlighter brush again, that really soft Laura Mercier highlight, and just go down the center here. I'm going to take my Sephora pencil. This is the Sephora brow pencil in the shade Midnight Brown. I'm going to brush my brows and apply this. And I'm going to apply some brow gel. I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau palette. I'm going to go with the shade Folier, which is that beautiful pink shade. It's like a salmon pink. And I'm just going to blend this into my crease using an Ariel A11. This is such a good palette. I love this palette. Just gonna put this in the crease. Putting this nice pink peachy shade in my crease area, blending it out. I got on the LYS bronzer, and I'm gonna put this in my outer V, blending it out. Making your bronzer part of your eyeshadow is really good for saving money, but also helps make the base more like uniform, having the same brown tones. I'm gonna go in with the shade Isle, which is that beautiful peach pink shade, on my finger, and I'm just gonna touch that here. I don't want it to be super blinding and pigmented. I just want a little shimmer and a little light color there on the inner eyelid. I'm not really sure if eyeshadow is still in anymore. I love eyeshadow. It's my favorite makeup to shop for, my favorite makeup to apply. But I just feel like the trend now, it's like more of a natural, no eyeshadow look. Even though this right now is not no eyeshadow. This is definitely eyeshadow, but that's because I love eyeshadow. So small, I'm gonna take a small detailer brush and go with the lightest matte vanilla shade Paloma. And I'm just gonna go right underneath my brow with this. I'm gonna take that blending brush that I went in with Fleer, which is a nice pale pink, and I'm just gonna apply that to my bottom lash line. I love these shades in here, they're so pretty. Just to give it a little bit of color here on the bottom lash line. And I'm gonna go back in with my highlight, the Laura Highlight 01, Laura Mercier, and highlight my inner corner. And before I go in with any pencils or anything black on my eye, and with some setting spray, this is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I'm just gonna shut my eyes and drench my face. And while it's almost partially completely dry, I'm just gonna take a beauty blender and push it into my skin. This helps everything create that glow. It helps your makeup stay. And make sure everything is nice and melted together. This is just like the flawless touch. Go with my Ride or Die nude eyeliner. This is LA Girl in the shade Super Bright. And I'm going to apply this to my waterline. Apply some of my favorite drugstore mascara. This is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. I'm going to go in with NYX Sandstorm Lip Liner. This is a really perfect everyday nude natural lip liner. And then I'm just going to kind of blend it in with my finger. So there's no like, and I'm going to go with Merit Lip Oil. This is in the shade Ah Natural. I love her lip oils. They're literally like the most perfect things ever. Like how perfect and moisturizing is this shade? Like this is a lip oil. Alright guys, that completes this back to school all natural, long-lasting makeup look. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. All my products will be linked below. And thanks so much for watching. See you in my next tutorial.